Welcome to Chain Reaction by Capital Copilot, your daily dose of the latest in cryptocurrency news, market insights, and blockchain trends. Let's get started. Bitcoin pushed above $70,000 while Ethereum reclaimed $2,000 as geopolitical tensions eased and institutional buying accelerated. Oil prices retreated sharply from their spike above $115 per barrel, with President Trump signaling the Iran conflict could end very soon. Bitcoin currently trades between $68,770 and $72,722, up nearly 3% in 24 hours. Ethereum is holding at $2,062. The relief came after crude oil plunged nearly 30% following G7 and International Energy Agency announcements of coordinated emergency reserve releases, totaling over 1.2 billion barrels. Strategy dropped $1.28 billion on 17,994 Bitcoin last week, bringing total holdings to 738,731 coins. Strategy also issued $377 million in preferred shares and nearly $900 million in common stock to fund the buying. US spot Bitcoin ETFs recorded $568 million in net inflows for the week ending March 6. BlackRock's IBIT led with $109 million on Monday alone, while Fidelity added $60 million. Combined ETF assets now sit near $88 billion, signaling institutions are treating recent weakness as an accumulation opportunity. Bitcoin tested $74,000 last week before pulling back. The next critical zone sits between $72,000 and $75,000. Bulls need sustained closes above those levels to break the descending pattern in place since October. Support remains solid at $68,000. The US Treasury released a major report acknowledging that crypto mixers have legitimate uses for financial privacy. Treasury stated lawful users may employ privacy tools to protect personal wealth, business payments, and charitable donations on public blockchains. That's a complete reversal from years of blanket enforcement against mixing services. Nasdaq announced a partnership with Kraken to develop tokenized stocks launching in early 2027. Tokenized shares will provide full corporate governance rights, including proxy voting and dividends. Kraken will distribute these to customers outside the United States, particularly across Europe. BitMine Immersion Technologies added 60,976 Ethereum tokens last week, worth approximately $120 million. That brings the firm's total holdings above 4.5 million ETH, valued at over $9 billion. Bitcoin exchange reserves continue falling to 2019 levels as ETFs and corporate treasuries absorb supply. Total Bitcoin held on centralized exchanges now stands at approximately 2.7 million coins. Spot ETFs collectively hold around 1.3 million Bitcoin, effectively removing that supply from active trading. The macro picture is stabilizing but not resolved. Oil remains elevated, unemployment ticked up to 4.4% in February, and CPI data drops Wednesday. The Federal Reserve meets March 17th and 18th. That's a wrap for today's edition of Chain Reaction by Capital Copilot. We hope you're feeling more informed and ready to navigate the cryptoverse. Until next time, keep your digital wallets ready.